Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's up, y'all? It's DJ Lord God. Back with another stream. So I decided that it's about time that I make a music theory stream. Maybe I'll wait a second until I have one viewer. Waiting for the notification squad to get in. Roll on in. Actually, I guess while I'm waiting for notification squad to roll in, I'll go ahead and write something on my little paper here. I'll write I don't know, music. Okay, that doesn't really show up very well, actually. What's up, two viewers? We're going to be learning about some music theory today. That is the theory behind music. Actually, let me change this real quick. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the theory behind music. So there's actually a theory that goes behind music, right? I mean, we've all listened to music before, right? Whether you listen to music on the radio or on your friend's band camp or just wherever, but there's always a theory behind it. So basically, here's how it works. Let me get a better marker here. Maybe I could use a thick marker. Yeah, nice and thick. That shows up better. All right, music, right? So we've all seen it before. We've seen the word, but not many of us know what it means. What is this music, right? What's up, burnt potato? Today we're going to be learning about music. So music, let me just diagram this. Music exists in a bubble, right? And music makes a lot of sound, right? And it thinks a lot of thoughts. That's actually cut off at the top there. Music is constantly asking itself questions. Like another little thought bubble here. Music asks itself questions like, who am I? Now, this is a fundamental problem with music, is that music doesn't know what it is. And basically, every musician, let me write this here, goal of music. Discover self. Right, and I'm going to go ahead and underline that. That's actually a very important point. It's going to get 3 underlines. Right, music one day asked itself, it realized it was alive, and upon realizing that it was alive, the first question it asked itself was, why am I living? So, I mean, this is very important to understand because this is going to be the main question we will be asking ourselves this evening. Let me go ahead and resize these Wendy's. Like the burger joint. Yep. Okay. Let's see if I can. Yeah, there we go. Okay, move this over here. Yeah, that makes more sense. All right. Yep, just getting the stream set up here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and dive in. So what is the basis of music? What is the basis of music? So every person who's ever made a song has to first ask themselves, what is the basis of music? And you have one of two options here to answer this question. Go ahead and add a little line here. Music is either, the basis of music rather, is either A, sound, or B, note, right? Sound or note. The first person to ever make music, they discovered this. In fact, you'll find if you discover music yourself, you'll discover this fundamental truth that the basis of music is either sound or note. Now, you may be asking yourself, what does that mean? What is sound? What is note? Okay, the first one is really easy to answer. So sound is basically like a wah, or like a or something like that, right? It's just riffraff that you hear day to day, like you're talking to someone. My voice is sound. But then there's note, right? And note is going to be more like that's note. That's the C note. Yeah, C note. All right, great. So basis of music is either sound or note, right? So the thing is, the two of these are not what they seem, but I'll get to that later. But for now, we're going to just understand that music is sound or note. Or is it? We'll get to that later. All right, so we've covered the basis of music, right? So the thing is, I could go over sound, right? I could write this down here. I could be like sound, and then I could underline it, and I would start writing bullet points with like text and stuff, and we could talk about sound and what sound is. But the thing is, that's a big waste of time, because fucking everybody knows what sound is. Don't be stupid, right? Okay, so we've covered sound. Now let's get to something a little bit more interesting. Okay, so let's begin our first section here. Notes. Right, okay. So, sounds, okay, in music there are things called notes, right? What is a note? Well, a note is something like this. Interesting, is it not? Very interesting. Now, the thing is, what are qualities of notes? Notes have pitch, right? High or low. Okay, and the difference between something being high pitch and something being low pitch. Right? Okay, so we covered that one. Now, what else do notes have? Notes have duration. Okay, long or short. There's a long note or there's a short note. Okay, so basically we've covered like 60% of music is this right here. I mean, and that's ignoring all of the sound stuff we were talking about. Interesting point, X'd out Big Blob said the most fundamental building block of music is Toto's Africa. That's actually true in this day and age. Most people don't realize it, but Toto's Africa was the first song to use chords. Now you may ask yourself, just what is a chord? And I'm going to go ahead and underline that. We're going to give it a definition. We're going to write definition. Okay? The definition of chords is multiple notes at once. Okay. So a chord is multiple notes at once. Interesting. So what do I mean by that? Well, here's a chord, and this is a classic chord. That is C major. That is C major. So C major. We're going to go ahead and put this one in a box. Weirdo box. So C major, what notes does it have? C, E, G. Okay. C, E, and G. So let's go ahead and play those out one by one. C, E, G, C, G. That's C major. Okay. We are now done with, let's encapsulate this, 70% of music. Excellent. So let's do a quick recap. Encapsulate some of that knowledge we just ascertained, or attained rather. Sorry, I am a musicologist, not a whatever fucking people who come up with words that describe things are. Music, fundamentally, it asks itself a question. Who am I? And so there we find the goal of music, to discover itself. The basis of music, sound and note. Or is it? Sound, unnecessary to talk about. We all know what it is. All right, we've got a music college dropout. All right. So, and pitch, duration. That's what makes a note. Multiple notes at once. That's a chord. C major. Let me use my finer pen here to add a little note. Okay, C major. A little star here. Technically, the only chord. Interesting. Did you know that? All right, and I'm going to prove that later. I've got a nice little proof, little mathematical proof for that one later on. But for now, take my word for it. Okay, great. So let's. Oh gosh, guys, let's move on. Let's move on. So just to build off of this, so we went over notes, we went over chords. But the thing is, could you, starting from nothing, starting with no knowledge of music, could you take this and make a song? I guess so. Let's go into Ableton here. Let's make our little MIDI clip, and let's make a little song. We'll just click in some. Ooh, that's. Let me zoom in a little here. That was a bit too big of a clip than I wanted. All right, let's just enter some notes, just like we learned. That's a note. That's a note. Different pitch. Ooh, change the duration. Okay, changing the duration because notes have different pitch and duration. So this is music right now, as we've learned so far. And basically, this is a scientific test. We are testing whether we can learn how to make a song based off of what we've learned so far. Let's see. Note there, note there. Let's do a chord. We can put these notes at once here. Let's throw in a little C major, just like we learned. Wait, Okay, there we go. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, one more time, just a little bit louder. Wait a minute, guys. That sounds stupid. Okay, so we've just discovered a problem. Problem. So the problem is that we can't make music yet. So why can't we make music yet? What's wrong? Well, we have yet to learn about something very fundamental, okay? I'm going to write it in here, straighten out my paper. Are you ready for this? Okay, here we go. We're about to do some good learning. Intervals. Give that a nice, healthy underline. Intervals. What the hell? What the hell are intervals? You may be asking yourself while watching this. Good question. I'm going to try my best to answer that for you. Intervals. Let's give that a definition here. the distance between notes. Interesting, the distance between notes. Now, you may be wondering, what the hell, who cares, right? But if you're asking that, you may be the type of person who's okay with this kind of music. Don't tell me you're that kind of person. No, we're going to try a little bit better than that. So we need to learn about intervals. Now, you may be asking yourself, why the hell do I need to learn about intervals? Well, the distance between notes is all that matters. All that matters. I'm going to go ahead and put a bubble around this. Then I'm going to point an arrow to it. Then I'm going to write all that matters. Interesting. Distance between notes is all that matters. So, all right. Well, I've told you what intervals are, but there are different kinds of intervals. So I'm going to write, how do I wish to word this? Let me not put too much thought into it so as to keep this moving along. I am going to write, kinds of intervals. Okay, so our kinds of intervals. I'm going to start with the most fundamental interval, right? I'm going to start with the most fundamental, right? The fifth. The fifth. Can I zoom in here? No, I can't. Not right now, but imagine I zoomed in on this just now, and then I said again, the fifth. Okay. So, yeah, the fifth. What is the fifth? I'm going to show you. Watch this. That's the fifth. Okay, immediately you are asking yourself, most likely, why fifth? And that's actually the most valid question you can possibly ask yourself right now. And upon realizing that, I just realized I should have taught you about something else first. Because I'm going to point an arrow to that, and I'm going to write because scales. Okay, then I'm going to point an arrow to that. I'm going to write Mommy, what's a scale? This is a dialogue. This is how good education happens. Okay, watch this. Yeah. Mommy, what's a scale? Okay, and an ordered collection of notes. Great. So, and then the child would ask in this allegorical dialogue, like what? And then the mother would respond, C major scale. And she would give him a very happy smile. It'd be like a very warm smile with the eyebrows like doing that thing. Oh, yeah. So C major scale. We're going to start with the C major scale because everybody learns about this one. It's in all nursery rhymes, right? It's in everything that's ever existed. C major scale, that's 99% of music, I'm pretty sure. So let's start. C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. That's the C major scale, and within it is the C major chord. Yay! That's the yay chord. Yay! Okay, one more time. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now you may remember this from such songs as Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Yay! So, we just learned what C major is. Now, you may notice I called it C major, but there are other kinds of major scales too. There's the D major scale, which sounds like... and that has the D major chord. Great. That's also a yay chord. All major chords are yay chords. Yay! And so on. I could start on any of these notes, and they have their own major scale. Now, you may notice, though, that when I'm on, say, the G major scale, it doesn't have all the same notes as the C major scale. Whereas the C major scale has C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The G major scale has G, A, B, C, D, F sharp, G. Oh, my voice has gone from screaming for the past week. But, yeah, so there's a different note. But the relationship between the notes, the space between each of these notes is the same. That's what makes it major. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's not get too complicated. Let's go back to C major, okay? Because now I was just starting to get into the advanced atonal jazz theory, like serial music and stuff. That's what I was just getting into, but let's not get that complicated. Let's go back to C major. Okay, whew. That's very relieving. Nice and simple. So, now we can actually answer the question of why this is called a fifth. It's because G in relation to C is the fifth note in the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's why it's a fifth. And these are called scale degrees. Let me write that down for you. Let's go. Let's get this over here, guys. Come on, come with me. Okay. Scales. Note. Are called degrees. Okay. Let's see. Notes are called degrees. That's actually true. Okay. So let me use my small pen. Getting used to this writing thing. So E.g., that means something that I don't know, but it means example. E.g., C major. You probably can't really see a pen, but whatever. Fuck. Shit fucking bleeds. C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And then it restarts at C. We'll put that in parentheses because it's just the beginning of the scale again. Okay, so C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C once more. Now, you'll see that I can number these positions. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Then back to 1. That's right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. There we go. And that's why. Yes. So now we can write our kinds of intervals. I wish I had a fucking, hold on, wait. Ooh, here we go. Okay, all right, this is going to be slightly better. Okay, so intervals. Gonna try this one more time now that I've given you a little more context. Oh, shit. Fuck, everybody's leaving. I have to be more entertaining. Fucking... There's the fifth interval. Fifth. Look, that's the fifth. Or 7 semitones. What the fuck is a semitone? Wait, what the fuck is a semitone? That's fucking, I don't, like, okay, look, da, 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 that's a semitone, okay, how do you write this? I don't fucking know. We'll point to this. What the fuck is a semitone? Fuck. As a single step on the keyboard. So I'm going to move up in semitones right now. Hold on. I was just moving up in semitones. It's the shortest. Yeah, that's actually, shortest distance between notes. Okay. Yeah. So the thing is, the semitone, I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next interval because you know what? We're going to call it a fucking semitone. But it has many other fucking confusing names. Like everything in music theory, it has like a billion names because music theory is one of the fucking worst forms of theory that exist in society. So there's like the fucking, let's list off its other names. There's a fucking minor second. You call it a minor second. You can call it a half step. Okay, you can call it a fucking chromatic step. Actually, that's all I can think of. But yeah. Yep, fucking that's it. That's a semitone. And we're going to add a little note here. That says smallest distance between two notes. We're gonna have a little parenthetical here. It says an equal temperament. We're not even gonna think about that though. All right. Okay. Yep. Fucking. So we have our two very important intervals we've started out with. So what else is there? Okay. There's also the fourth, which is 5 semitones. I'm going to put examples beside each of these. So like for the fifth, I'm going to write C, G. For semitone, I'm going to write C, C sharp. For fourth, that would be C, F. So C, F would be... Yeah, this is a live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, this is real. I'm your teacher right now in real life. Yeah. I have amazing accuracy. Okay, great. So we figured that out. I'm going to start exponentially accelerating now. So great. We got the fourth. Now we're going to do a major third. Okay. And that is going to be 4 semitones. So it's just a little bit more narrow than a fourth. So that would be like C to E. You know, that's a classic. I mean, that's... Oh, that's just a fucking classic. Oh, you're not late. Hold on, I'll give you a quick refresher. Okay, So basically, like, music doesn't know what it is, and it's asking itself, who am I? And its goal is to discover itself. There's sound and notes, or is there? And then there's the notes, and they have pitch and duration, and chords are a bunch of notes at once. C major is the technically only chord, 70% of music. Intervals, distance between notes, that's all that matters. Start time on intervals, kind of fifth. And it's like, why is it fifth? The child asks. And the mom's like, because scales, mommy, what's a scale in order collection notes? It was a whole dialogue. But basically, we're here now. We're talking about those distances between notes. We talked about why they are named silly things called like a fifth, even though there's 7 semitones, because the fucking scale degrees and whatever, you know, you don't actually have to fucking understand everything. That's the cool thing about music theory, is that it's just a theory. Nobody's proven it yet. Wait, no, actually, that's what theory means. Theories need to... fuck. Okay, we're going to be moving on to music hypothesis. So we're going to be moving on to hypothetical music now. Let's go. Let's advance. Hypothetical music. Okay. All right, so hypothetical music. What do I mean by that? So let's first of all, I'm going to make a list here of intervals without fucking wasting any time. All right. Intervals. Okay, here we go. And we're going to write semitones. Fucking, yep, okay. 1 semitone, 2 semitone, 3 semitone, 4 semitone, 5 semitone. Keep up. 7 semitone, 8 semitone. Write this down in your copybooks now. Okay, so got minor second is 1 fucking 1 semitone. Okay, major second. Come on, hurry up. Keep up. Write this down. Okay, then we have a minor third. Okay, minor third at 3 semitones. Come on, pay attention. Major third at 4 semitones. Okay, then at 5 semitones, we have our fucking fourth. It's not major, it's not minor, it's just a fourth. Then at 6 semitones, this is a classic, the tritone. Ooh, okay. 7 semitones, another classic, the fifth. Keep up. Come on, write this down. Okay, 8 semitones. All right, do you know what 8 semitones is? That's right. It's going to be a minor sixth. Okay, this is a much better pace. And then 9 semitones, major sixth. Okay. All right, 10. What the hell? It's minor seventh. Okay, then 11 is major seventh. Okay, then there's actually, at 12 semitones, you have the octave. So the octave is just the same note, just higher. Yep, that's it. All right. Yep. Writing it down. You're writing. I see. You guys were writing. That's actually very good. What do babies do when they're not babies anymore? This is the wrong fucking class for that. I just teach hypothetical music. I don't know. Look, babies don't know fucking anything about music. I'm just teaching it hypothetically speaking, you know? So anyways, let's get back to this. So now we are probably asking ourselves a question right about now. You know, we're asking ourselves, like, huh? Yeah, fucking, like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. You may be asking yourself that, or saying that, rather. It's not a question. But don't worry. I'm going to teach you. Does a straw have 2 holes or 1 hole? 1 hole. Okay. So let me just play off these fucking intervals real quick. Hey, look, hey, kid, between you and me, this is a bunch of horse shit. Okay, between you and me, this is a bunch of caca doo-doo. Nobody cares about this. But just to oblige you, I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Look, okay. First we start on C note, okay? Minor second. Ooh, very ugly and dissonant. Major second. Ooh, not so dissonant, but still got a bit of tension in it. Okay, minor third. Ooh, very sad, or so we're led to believe. Okay, major third. Ooh, happy, yay! Okay, fourth. Ooh, more stable. We're getting more stable now. That sounds more like a structure, okay? You know, sort of like a pillar almost. Ooh, that's devil evil. That's the devil evil devil sound. Very evil and devilish, okay? That is the tritone. Then right above it is fifth. That is the pinnacle. That's the spire. That is ultimately stable. It's perfectly stable. The perfect fifth, as they call it, is the most stable thing. Think of great stable architecture, like a fucking skyscraper or something. Okay, then we have, ooh, that's a minor sixth. Interesting. Okay, then above that is the major sixth. I would describe these intervals, but I don't wish to indoctrinate you. And then we have the minor seventh. I almost said second. The minor seventh. Ooh, that's kind of the badass interval. That's like for people who are like fucking like shooting and like bullet time dodging. Yeah, that's like the badass interval. Then you have the major seventh. Ooh, that's the one that's right before the octave. That is the major seventh. Interesting. And then, of course, the octave. Now, technically, this is the most stable. Because it literally, it just fits into itself. It is itself. Okay, great. So now we can begin asking the questions. Let's go ahead and flip to our next page and begin asking ourselves the questions. Now, the biggest questions of hypothetical music, let's write Q. Q stands for question. And that question would be, why 12 notes in an octave? Like I said, we're going to be accelerating. Now, we're basically already in like, this is like the kind of stuff you learn about when you've been in college for like 12 years. I'm sorry, I meant to say 42 years, and you're an old man who's been studying all his life. Basically, using technology, I can accelerate you to that point, and you are now finally asking yourself the most advanced questions of music. Why 12 notes in an octave? Good question. Well, it's because circle of, all right, hold on, wait for it, fifth. Oh wait, let me, A for answer. Okay, the circle of fifths. All right. Why do people live? To discover what music is. Okay. Yeah. Okay, the circle of fifths is the reason why we have 12 notes in an octave. So you may be like, what does that mean? Wait, what's a circle of fifths? Circle of fifths is when you move in a fifth. Now look at the keyboard up top there. I'm going to show you this pattern. Okay, watch this. I'm going to start down here. Wait, is this even going to fucking... this won't make it all the way. I'm actually going to have to wrap around a little. Hold on. Boom. That's a fifth. Then move a fifth above here is there. And the fifth above there. And then a fifth above there. Okay. A fifth above there. fifth above there, fifth above there, and so on and so on. I'm actually going to transpose down so I can actually get to the end. The same, yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, and then you start back at C. And that pattern ends up hitting all 12 notes. That is the circle of fifths. You just discovered the most important thing that's ever been discovered. Isn't that amazing? You're basically like Einstein, except like super late. As you can hear, it sounds very pretty. Now, most people, when they discover the circle of fifths, they're like, wait, what the? Now, that is the circle of fifths right there. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, violins are actually the perfect instrument, funny enough. That'll be a topic for another stream. Let's get back to the circle of fifths. Yeah, so the circle of fifths, that hits every single note. And if I were to wrap it within a single octave, so staying between these two notes, it sounds like this. You'll notice I'm hitting every single note in the octave. That's all 12 notes. So there it is, a circle of fifths. Wow, such an important thing. And within the circle of fifths, that's actually true. You do have the yay chord. You have every chord within the circle of fifths because it has every note that can make up every chord. Wow. So that's pretty amazing, right? So now we're going to go ahead and show you the circle. That's right. We're finally going to unveil the circle for you. So let's go ahead and unveil that circle for you right here. So this is the circle. Say hello to the circle. Okay, and I'm going to try to fucking divide it properly if I can. Yeah, I got this. Oh god, that's a little derpy. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, great. Okay, so let's have that circle right here. C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp. Okay. And you have fucking C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. Okay. A sharp. Okay. Fucking, I almost said E sharp. F. And then C again. Okay. So this is our circle. It's a two-dimensional sphere. Interesting you made that observation. We'll get to that later. But yes, it is actually a two-dimensional sphere. My brain is now the big brain. Congratulations. So the interesting thing about... Oh, God. Sorry, my cable got caught in something. Interesting thing about this circle is you can make some observations. Like, for example, a major chord, C, E, G, you can look at the shapes of chords within the circle. Ooh, hello, skinny triangle. That's what major chords look like. They look like a skinny triangle on the circle of fifths. Interesting. That's what that looks like. Dun, dun. Or if I did it going up the circle. Oh, wait, sorry. More like this. Yeah, interesting, right? Yeah. It's very interesting. Okay, circle fifths. Oh, geez. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a bracket here, right? 94% of music. Now, you may notice that's a pretty stark contrast to when we had covered 70% of music. Now we have covered 94% of music. Okay, so you understand 94% of music now, which is very exciting. Gosh, where do we go from here? Okay, so now we're going to move on to another circle. There's another circle. which is the circle of fourths. Don't forget the fourths. You may be noticing something here. All these circles are when you take a single interval, like the last one was circle of fifths, and you just connect them end to end. And they're called circles because they end up restarting back at the beginning. But you can actually do circles of different intervals, like the fourth, for example. If I do fourths end to end, that's another circle. So I could be like, that's the circle of fourths. People describe it as sounding darker than the circle of fifths, which I guess, yeah, it does. It kind of does sound darker, doesn't it? But you may notice something. If you take those notes and you do them backwards, it's actually the circle of fifths going in reverse, going downward instead of upward. Because the circle of fifths is C, G, D, A, E, B, etc. Fucking yada, yada, yada. But it's basically that, except going downward. Also C, G, D, A, E, B, etc., etc. And that's because a fourth is just an inverted fifth. Well, what the fuck do I mean by that? Well, I mean, within an octave, if you look at the distance between the bottom of an, like, let's say this is the octave right here. Look, C, low C, high C. That's our octave. Okay, so let's look at the fifth in that octave. It's the G, right? So the distance between the low C and the G is a fifth, right? That's why we call it a fifth. We measure by the distance from the lowest note to the note above it, right? But if you look at the distance from that fifth to the top of the octave, that's actually a fourth, right? So that's why you can say that a fifth is just an inverted fourth, right? And you can say this about other intervals as well, right? Because, like, look at the major third. Well, the major third, you can flip it upside down. Instead of measuring it from the bottom C, measure it from the high C. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, what's 8? Well, we learned over here that, oh, fuck, come on. We learned over here that 8 is a minor 6. Oh, okay, so there's a pattern going on here. So a major third is an inverted minor 6. So this and this, right? This is just an inversion of this interval, right? Because, and yeah. And that actually is true for all the intervals. So everything above a fifth, wait a minute, no. Technically the tritone is like sort of like where the mirror is, right? It's the axis of reflection or whatever. Because the inversion of a tritone is just another tritone. It's like the perfect midway point in the middle of an octave. Has the same distance. Because an octave is 12 and tritone is 6. And 6 plus 6 equals 12, right? So, yeah, you got that. As you can tell, I'm going to start rambling more and more. This is becoming less of a structured lesson and more just me spitting out thoughts. Okay, so tritone, it's the mirror. Think of the tritone as the mirror. Let's write that down. The mirror. Okay, so the tritone is the mirror, right? Okay, and so you can see, imagining that this note is a mirror, imagine that there's just like this mirror that's placed right here between these 2 points. That's why the fourth, the mirror image of the fourth is the fifth, mirror image of the major third is the minor 6, mirror image of the minor third is the major 6, and so on, you know, major second, minor seventh, minor second, major seventh. Okay, so that's how that works. Great. So that's intervals, right? Hey, what's up, Brongus Fidalski? That's Brongus. Oh, that's such a fucking good name. What's going on, Brongus? Oh, sorry, I'm just like awestruck over how good your name is. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? We're just we're learning music theory. It was like a structured lesson at first. I had all these pages and stuff, but I'm realizing more and more that I'd have to actually prepare a lesson plan if I really wanted to do a logical lesson. But that's fine. I saved myself by naming this Music Theory for Idiots, so now I get to ramble. Okay, so just to recap, all that matters is the distance between notes, and within an octave, there are 11 different distances you can have if you don't count the unison, which is literally just zero distance, a note and itself. So the distance between and is just zero. Or an octave, which is just, the same note but higher up. But within that, there are 11 different intervals, right? And they all mirror around the tritone. Great. Fantastic. We've learned so much. Post-noise jazz funk. That's literally true. No, that's literally true. You don't need music theory for any of that post-noise jazz funk. And that's the funny thing about music theory is it's actually really pointless. But then again, I mean, that sounds cool, right? Doesn't that sound cool? Or like fucking... that sounds fucking cool, right? Yeah. Or like fucking... That sounds cool. And hey, that's all my circles. Okay, so let's actually move on to circles. So you can get interesting patterns I found from just having circles of intervals. So what I mean by that, so like I said, the circle of fifths is literally just a circle of fifths attached end to end, right? But you could also do the circle of fourths. Anyway, etc. But let's move on to other intervals. People don't really talk about other kinds of circles. And believe me, I've done so much Googling, but people seem concerned only with the circle of fifths or fourths in music theory. Okay, so let's do another one. We did that. Now, based off of what I just said about the tritone, a circle of tritones just ends after two notes. The pattern just repeats. It only consists of two notes. Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, it's just a two-note pattern because it repeats. Right? So what about instead of the tritone, the fifth, or the fourth? Okay, what about major thirds, circle of major thirds? So the circle of major thirds has three notes in it, right? And any music theory buffs out there may recognize that as the augmented chord. That's what that's called. That's when you start with a major chord and take the fifth and augment. Now, augment means to make it one note higher. That's an augmented chord, right? Okay. So, yeah. So, basically, the augmented chord it just lies within the circle of major thirds. That's another way of describing it. The cool thing is, you can fucking go ham with these circles and discover different things. Like, okay, what about the circle of minor thirds? You find another pretty fundamental and widely used chord. That's called the diminished chord. Right? That's like an evil-ass sounding chord. Very tense. And that chord, that circle, it only has four notes in it before it repeats. And it repeats at the octave, just like how the circle of major thirds also repeats at the octave. Then let's go to, what about a circle of major seconds? Oh. So also repeating at the octave, but this one is also known as the whole tone scale because it's all whole tones. And it repeats at the octave because, you know, you're just moving up in twos and the octave is 12 notes long, so yeah. Yeah, 6 notes in it. Within an octave, there are 2 different whole tone scales. Yeah. So that's interesting, right? You plan on writing something at the end of the string, or is this purely for educational purposes? Oh yeah. I'll write something. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. No. I'll write something. Don't. Hey, people watching, stick around because I'm gonna be writing a little song at the end using this music theory knowledge. Oh. Okay. So that's the circle of major seconds. So that's cool, right? So then, circle of minor seconds, it's exactly what you expect. It's literally just the chromatic notes. Right? Yeah, it's literally just the notes. An interesting thing, though, is that it contains the same pitches as the circle of fifths, because if you'll remember, the circle of fifths also hits all 12 chromatic notes. But it obviously, that sounds a lot different than... But that's kind of the funny thing about intervals. It's like they can contain the same notes, but it's how open or closed they are that matters. And that's why, even though you could say that, like, yeah, sure, a minor 6 here is just the mirror or the inverted version of a major third, they're qualitatively different. They feel different because you can think of a minor 6th as being a more open major third. When I say open or close in harmony, that just means how far apart the intervals are, right? Oh, shit. Fucking, yeah. Yeah, it's me, the Sanic guy. The Sanic guy's teaching music theory. You better pay attention. All right, because I've got a few tricks up my sleeve I'm going to teach you here. So we've learned about this, that, the other. Let's, for the hell of it, let's look at what would be the circle of minor 6. What would be the circle of minor 6, right? Well, that's a minor 6, okay? Oh, that's a minor 6. Interesting. Oh, look at this. You may notice that actually has the same notes as the circle of major thirds, except just a lot more opened up. This goes back to what I'm saying. So those mirror, the way those intervals mirror each other, it's like there's the closed version and the open version. So the major third is the closed version. The minor 6 is the, sorry, I keep stumbling over myself. Minor 6 is the open version. In the same way, circle of minor thirds is the closed version, and the circle of major 6 you know, yeah, I ran out of space there. That's the open version, and it just keeps going like that. So also you have circle of major seconds. That's the closed version. Then the open version would be the circle of minor sevenths. Ah, yeah. And you can keep doing that. So you have the circle of minor seconds. Right? And that's the closed version. The open version of that, which is markedly more spooky, I might say, is the circle of major sevenths. Circle of major sevenths. Listen to this. That's fucking spooky. I don't know about you guys. That's fucking spooky. This does sound like the Facade soundtrack. Holy shit. Yeah, you're right about that. Oh my god. I like Trains, classic. Russian national anthem on piano. I don't really know how to play much of anything on the piano. I know how to play like bits of things. Like I could play the fucking line from Proclamation by Gentle Giant. I can play fucking yeah, that's all I know. I can play a little bit of Bach's Fugue 1 in C major. Fuck, what else do I know? Oh yeah, Gary Jules' Mad World I obnoxiously played like my entire adolescence. Yeah, that's great. Anyways, where did that Sonic Adventure video even come from? Came from me. Yeah, it came from me. I guess I'll quickly, within 30 seconds, tell that story. I was like on the internet and I saw some video called Sonic the Game, and it was by the guy who made that Game Maker game that I'm playing in the video, and I just downloaded it because I had the stupid idea. I was home alone. I was like, oh, what if I make a let's play of this and just fucking scream through the whole thing? I literally did that. I recorded it. I uploaded it thinking nothing of it, and then it just randomly blew up within like a day or two. Yep, that's that. Okay. Internet history. I birthed it. Okay. Now, let's get back to music. Back to music. Come on. Back to music. Back to music. Okay. So circles. We've gone over our circle intervals, right? Damn. When I make like actual educational material, I'm going to prepare diagrams because I really want to have like diagrammatic material to help you guys visualize this stuff. But it'd be way too slow if I did it all on the spot. So for now, I'm just going to keep speaking and fuck this shit over here. Yeah. Fuck this shit. Purely platonic. Yeah. Purely platonic. It's kind of hard to say fast. Okay, so is that it? Is that really it? Did I just go over everything you can do in music? Wrong. You can do alternating intervals. You can do circles of alternating intervals. And I learned this very early on. Me and a friend of mine found that we both found this pattern like around when we were first using piano. And to this day, we have yet to see any formal name for it anywhere online. And we've both been researching so much. So let me tell you what it is. I call it the Zach pattern. That's my friend who I talk about it with. And it's basically like a circle of fifths, right? So let's start with the circle of fifths, okay? But what if you took that circle of fifths and then you cut the fifth into two different pieces? What do I mean by that? So let's look at just a fifth, right? So you could cut a fifth down the middle one of two ways. You couldn't cut it perfectly down the middle because it's 7 apart, and 7 is an odd number, so you can't do perfectly down the middle like say you could with this, because down the middle would be this note. Then you have, 4 and 4, but no, you have to choose to either cut it in 3 and 4, then you get a minor chord, or in 4 and 3, then you get a major chord. Interesting. So if you cut all of these fifths in the circle into major or minor chords, suddenly you get something much more pretty. I messed that up. Oh, I wanted to do it first try. Yeah, it keeps going. So that is the Zach pattern, right? It's very pretty. I really love that pattern. And it basically contains within it the circle of fifths, except it's like a more colorful version. And an interesting thing about that is that it contains every major and minor chord on it. On that pattern, you will find every major and minor chord. Not just that, every major and minor 7th chord as well, because, that's what a 7th chord is, really. It's just a little slice of that pattern. Let's look at a C major 7. That's a C major 7 right there. because you get a C major and you add the 7th scale degree, the 7th note before you get back at the octave, because there are 7 notes in a scale, a normal scale, like a major scale. Yeah. Okay, so a really narcissistic major 7. I like that. Oh, that's a really funny way of thinking about it. I'm gonna remember that. Yeah, it kind of does. It's like, look at me. I'm so pretty. Ooh, look at me. I'm so pretty. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, so that's the Zach pattern, and I really like that pattern because, I mean, you can take that pattern and you could just move down it. It just sounds so pretty. Like, you could be like fucking... You could just keep going. You could just keep going. It just gets heavier. Oh, I mean, listen to that. That's just so nice. And you can just keep going down that pattern, and eventually you'll end up back where you started. That's why it's a circle. So I like to think of it as being like sort of the color wheel of all the major and minor chords, right? Because that's what it is. I mean, it's like a color wheel that you can move around in, right? And you could play around with that pattern, and you could just come up with all sorts of really pretty other patterns. Like you could say, okay, what if I move up like this? Okay, but instead, what if I move up that way, except wrap the notes around so it goes like this? This sounds like you're on a fucking magic carpet ride. Like, that's just fucking, I don't care what you say. That's gorgeous. I love that. The ice planet from Super Mario Galaxy 2. Nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's a Zach pattern. And what I noticed about the Zach pattern, I wonder if I can visualize this properly. Fuck. Maybe if I go back to my circle here. Let's move over here. Let's get back to here. Okay, let's 94% of music. That's good. Okay, so let's look at this. So you could cut this up, right? Let's cut up the circle even more. Actually, let's use dashes. This is showing where we slice up the circle fifths to make the Zach pattern, right? So this is where we're slicing those fifths up in the circle of fifths, right? And then, so we get C, but then we get E, okay? This is going to be so hard to see. God damn it. Let me use a bigger marker for that. So then we get E, okay? G, B, D, F sharp. Oh, this is so cluttered. Whatever. I don't care. F sharp, and then C sharp, and then G sharp, okay, D sharp, okay, so on, so forth, blah, 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 G, D, and then A. Now, this is such a, I wish I wrote this with different colors. It would have made this a lot easier to fucking read. Because this looks very confusing right now. Wait, what does it mean 0 watching right now? What the fuck? Did everybody really just... Oh, fuck you guys. No, it's probably just like misreporting or something. It says 0 people watching. Whatever, I'm going to keep talking. This is going to be saved. Whatever, I don't care. Anyways, so yeah, C, G, D, A. I'm going to underline the ones in the circle of fifths here. All right. A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, F, and then back to C. You may notice that the other notes in the Zach pattern, the way we slice up those fifths, that's actually another circle of fifths. See? Look. C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp. Just like this. C, G, D. So you can actually look at this pattern as being two different circle of fifths, except one is rotated, which is very weird. It's a very interesting thing, at least I think. So it's two different circle of fifths. God damn it, I need to make like actual material to prepare for this. Oh shit, yeah, no, it's showing the actual number of people watching now. It said for a while there just 0 people watching. I was like, oh shit. Anyways. All right, well, anyways, thing to take home from this is the Zach pattern is 2 circle of fifths offset. Now, offset by what amount? Offset by 2 octaves. Oh God, what the fuck do I mean by that? Oh, I used to know this. I actually haven't thought about this for a while now. I was explaining this to a bunch of people like a couple months ago. Oh, whatever. In future video, I will actually do like a proper lesson on all this shit because it gets pretty interesting. But for now, just oh God, let me I have the most fucking stupid setup for this overhead camera. You could tell by the way it's sagging that I am really just like freeballing this shit. Oh God. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Octaves equals 2 times frequency. Correct. A4 is 440. A3 2. Yes. Correct. Yes. Omgd. Yes, that is correct. Yeah. So intervals are really just ratios. That's all they are, right? Because I mean, a fifth, a fifth is like fucking 1 to 1.5, right? Octave is 1 to 2, right? But this isn't a very helpful way to describe things when working in equal temperament because equal temperament doesn't use simple integer ratios. That would be just intonation, which is beyond the scope of this discussion. That's like a whole fucking... Then you get into fucking crazy shit. Intervals are racials? Bro, what? I'm not racist, buddy, baby. I don't see color, buddy, pal, friendo. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Nice. Yeah, intervals are incredibly racial. That's kind of why I don't want to get into it too much. It's easy to get canceled in this day and age, and I've got a budding career with children ahead of me. You'll know what I mean once I release these music videos. You'll know what I mean about all the children stuff. All right. Yeah. So there's that. So. Just take my word for it that these 2 circle of fifths in this pattern are offset by 2 octaves, right? So let's ask ourselves, okay, what happens if you offset them by a different amount of octaves? Well, I already asked myself this question, and I know the answer. And actually, ignore the fucking offset thing. Okay, clear your mind of that. Yeah, Bambi mind wipe. Yeah, Bambi mind wipe. For any Bambi hypno slaves out there. Bambi mind wipe. Let's look at the fifth. Let's move along. Yeah, budding with children. Yeah, let's look at the fifth. Look at that fifth up there at the top of the screen, right? That's a fucking solid fifth. So in the Zach pattern, you take the fifth and you cut it this way, which is right here. You could also cut it right here, which would land you in the minor sounding version, which is actually just fucking like a couple octaves to the left on the circle, but whatever. So let's say we don't want to cut it this way. Well, what's the other options we have? We can cut it this way. Ooh, so that has a suspended feel. So there's either that version or this version. Ooh, that's the really fucking tense version. So let's start with the really tense one. This is the really fucking tense circle. That's the tense circle of fifths. Ooh. Ooh. Spooky, right? Okay, then there's the suspended circle of fifths, which sounds like meditative to me. Let's get to that one. So this suspended circle of fifths, right? Make sure I'm doing this right. That one sounds more like, ooh, Zen meditation, you know? Just use a neutral third with 24 tone equal to. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I was actually looking into setting up some sort of microtonal keyboard thing earlier, but that just seemed like way too fucking involved. All right, so I said I'd make a song. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and make a song. So basically, I'm gonna go in here and we're gonna. Oh wait, no, that's my other pattern. Oh, I guess I could show you guys that. I was doing some pretty fun things. I like the XX pattern. Yeah, this is a fun one. Again, this is the circle of fifths Zach pattern type thing. Wait. Yeah, so that's pretty fucking ridiculous. This, I don't even know what I was doing here. This is just too much. I'll play this one too. It's just too much though. Wait, let me make this. Oh God, fucking Ableton. Yeah. Oh, that sounds great. Okay, yeah, this is a good one. It's just chaos. So yeah, that's like rapidly speeding around the circle of fifths. It's a fun little thing. But no, let me apply the things we've learned today. Let's make a good song, you know? Let's just go for it. You know what I mean? Most people nowadays, they don't just go for it. We need to just go for it. Yeah, it does have a shepherd tone type thing to it. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Yeah, so that's the first part, right? So that's really good. Wow. So that's the first part. Yell really loud with tons of pedals on. Oh God, I would actually do that right now if I could, but I can't. So that's that part, and then we're gonna throw in fucking. How do you make music? Ooh, I know what to do. Okay, here we go. All right, ready? Go. All right, that's the first part. Don't worry. We're just building it. We're accumulating. We're accumulating. All right, so for the next part, we're gonna have fuck, don't worry. I'm remembering how music works. No, I know what to do. Hold on. Right, yeah, okay. That sounds weird. No, this is starting to sound really dissonant. Wouldn't making music in your tutorial without a scale be kind of too advanced? No, yeah, no. I don't know if you noticed, but we're in hypothetical music now. We're so advanced. We're beyond music theory. We're now in hypothetical music. So you're right. It is too advanced, but it's exactly how too advanced it needs to be, because we started out as idiots. I know most of you guys weren't here for that. We started out as idiots talking about fucking what music wanted to be, but now music doesn't even want to be anything. It's not even discovering itself anymore. You know what I mean? So now we're in hypothetical music. Yeah. No, it's fine. Yeah. So the next section, I was thinking of doing something like this. Keep with me here. Keep with me. We're about to do something a little fucking freaky. Okay? Watch this. Wait, hold on. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, here we go. And then let it breathe. And then... Okay. I wonder what I'm gonna do with this. Ooh. All right, so apparently we're making like atmospheric, like horror fucking soundtrack right now. This would be good in like a RPG Maker horror game or something. Yeah, music is depressed. Yeah, sounds like Schoenberg. Yeah, it kind of does. All right. Oh, okay, and then I did that. I actually really don't like what I just added. I'm about to fix it. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Dissonant chord. Oh. Ooh. Okay, that was actually a song. So now we're going to restart it here. We're gonna make the song pick back up. All right, get ready for this. Didn't have the fucking pedal. That's great. All right, so that's gonna do that for a while, and then oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, there we go. I don't like that C sharp. All right. Using the power of editing, I'm going to remove that C sharp because it was actually really harshing my mellow. Where is it? Yeah, that. Fuck that. Yeah. Okay, so we're almost there. We almost have like the perfect song going. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, then we're going to, wait, was that last note? Wait, no, it was mother. Oh, okay. All right, here's the next section. All right, watch this. Okay. All right. Okay. Watch this. Almost done. Hold on. Almost done. Okay. Listen to this. That's way too fucking loud. I'm sorry. Okay. Gotta be more subtle. Okay. Listen. Ooh. Alright, now we're gonna fucking get to the good part right here. Watch this. This is about to become the good part. Yeah! Fuck. Alright, we've almost made the perfect music. Alright, listen to this. Okay, almost. One more addition. All right, one more addition. And then you have to resolve. C major, baby. Let me make that C major bigger. Hold on. It needs to be a bigger C major. Right. You always have to resolve on C major. That's one of the most fundamental rules of music theory. You always have to resolve on C major. All right. Make it very powerful. Oh, fuck, that was good. Fuck. And I mean, that's the basis for a song. Then I gotta add my vocals. Hold on, let me go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and record some vocals in here. Fuck, I don't fucking know. Let me test. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me get this going on here. Fucking yeah. Okay. Gonna get some scary vocals. Now be careful because I am actually about to become very scary right now. I have to do some very scary vocals right now. So for that, I'm going to need a little bit of plate reverb. Yeah. Just a little bit of plate reverb. Okay, here we go.
I don't listen to anything that isn't hypothetical or called music.
Fuck, I know everything now. I know everything now. Fuck, I know everything now about music. Fuck, I know everything now. It hurts to know everything about music. Oh God, it hurts much to know everything about music. Fuck!
Hey, I know everything now. All right. And like I said, I told you I'd make the perfect song at the end of the stream, and, well, that's what that was. So, yeah, that was the song I Know Everything About Music Now by Mr. Josiah and the Students. Yeah, that's the name of the band. Mr. Josiah and the Students. Yeah, so you guys just learned everything that there is to know about music. How the fuck? Oh, God. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Josiah and the Students. Yep. Yeah. I just want to know what this sounds like. Yeah, that's literally the perfect song. Wow, that's actually really impressive on my part. Yeah, holy shit. Wow. Yeah, so that was the stream, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. And I don't really know what else to say. I mean, just as a quick recap, let's so basically when you're teaching, you're supposed to encapsulate all of the knowledge that you go over. So this is going to be our quick recap. You learned what music was, the concept of music encapsulated. Music makes sound. Music asks a fundamental question: who am I? Goal of music is to discover itself. Basis of music is sound or notes, or is it? And notes, pitch, chords, bunch of notes at once. C major, the only chord. Intervals, distance, the dialogue between mother and child. Scales, degrees, positions. Intervals are named after the degrees. And hypothetical music is what we ended up moving on to after we went over the basic intervals. We were like, huh? Let's see. We went over circle of fifths, the Zach pattern, slicing up the circle of fifths. It's a pie within a pie, and it's like a rotated pie. And now, for our last lesson, guys, good job. Good job. You did it. You oh God, fucking contorting my hand here. You learned about music, and now you are all perfect musicians. So your homework for tonight is to make a song. Make a song, and once you're done making the song, post message me. Can you still message channels? Is that a thing? Or like oh wait, can you post on my channel? How the fuck do you contact me? Email your song to me at mixmastercopycat@gmail.com, and I'll upload it to my channel, and I'll say that I made it. So make the song using the knowledge that I just taught you, and then email it to me, and then I'll upload it, and I'll put it up under my own name, and I'll say that I made it because I taught you how to make it, so it's essentially mine. Great. Yeah, so have a good rest of your night, guys. I can't wait to see the songs that you guys make, because I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see the songs that you guys made from learning about all this. All right. Yeah. And I'm smart. I'm the teacher. I'm in charge. I have all the power. And yeah, take it easy. Idiots.